President Donald Trump issued an expletive-filled threat to Iran. That's where we're starting the 7 from the Washington Post. I'm Izin Akabao, in for Hannah Jewell. It's Monday, April 6th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Yesterday, Trump escalated his threats to target Iran's infrastructure if it does not open up the vital shipping route, the Strait of Hormuz. In a post on Truth Social, Trump warned Iran that it will be living in hell if it doesn't reopen the strait. He went on to use explicit language. Later in the day, Trump suggested the US could target every power plant in Iran, an attack some experts warned could amount to war crimes. Trump's threats underscore serious tensions. There is little sign Tehran and Washington are close to striking a deal that would reopen the strait. Gas prices have risen sharply as Iran has limited the flow of oil through the waterway, which has ramped up political pressure on Trump. Trump's warnings also delivered more whiplash for US allies after a week of mixed messages about his plans for the strait. The president suggested in recent days that the US is not responsible for its reopening. The US rescued a missing airman after a fighter jet was shot down over Iran. That's number 2. Over the weekend, a dramatic rescue operation took place in Iran. An officer was missing for about 2 days after his plane went down. Iranian television broadcast a reward for his capture. And Iranian forces and militiamen were drawing near to his location. A video showed Iranians combing over mountainous terrain to find him. So rescuers had to move fast to get to the airman, who was injured. To disrupt the hunt, the CIA launched a deception campaign to spread word inside Iran that US forces had already retrieved him. While they confused the searchers, the CIA located the airman and shared the location data with the military and the White House. Trump then ordered what he called a daring extraction mission. The president is expected to share more details about the rescue today. Number 3. The Artemis 2 crew is on track to swing around the moon today. Last week, the Artemis 2 astronauts launched on humanity's first trip to the moon since 1972. Today, they are scheduled to break a distance record set by Apollo 13 in 1970. They are set to loop the moon, then head back home. Their roughly 6-hour lunar flyby promises views of the moon's far side that were too dark or too difficult for the Apollo astronauts to see. Once Artemis 2 departs the lunar neighborhood, it will take 4 days to return home. The capsule will aim for a splashdown in the Pacific on April 10th, 9 days after the launch in Florida. The Trump administration's secrecy on health deals is alarming experts. That's number 4. The Trump administration has spent the better part of a year negotiating agreements with poorer nations as it seeks to scale back US foreign assistance for efforts like HIV and tuberculosis prevention. Officials say it's a new America First global health strategy. To date, 28 deals have been negotiated with foreign governments, mostly in Africa. But in a break with President, the administration has refused to disclose their full terms publicly. The veil of secrecy has angered transparency advocates. They worry that billions in US funding is being leveraged by the Trump administration as it seeks controversial concessions to unrelated policies in return. Number 5.
And for the first time since 1978, UCLA is back on top of the women's basketball world.
UCLA claimed its first women's basketball title, as you heard in that clip of Ryan Ruocco for ABC and ESPN. After losing in the Final Four last season, UCLA had a goal: to win their first NCAA Women's Basketball National Championship. Yesterday, they achieved that goal in a game against South Carolina. Gabriela Hawquez scored 21 points and Lauren Betts scored 16, helping them win 79-51. South Carolina had been trying to cement their name as the best program in the sport with a 4th championship win. Tonight, the men will play their title game. UConn will take on Michigan at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Michigan are the favourites to win and are hoping to cap off a March Madness string of dominance. They are already the first team to score 90-plus points in 5 straight tournament games. At number 6, the complexity of your job may affect your dementia risk. Being bored at work might be more dangerous than we think. A growing body of research suggests that having a job which involves high levels of decision-making or creativity can help keep your brain sharp and active. After controlling for education, more complex jobs were associated with a 19% increase in dementia-free survival time compared to less complex roles. Professions like being a manager, teacher, or lawyer seem to have more of that complexity. However, roles such as working on an assembly line or in a clerical role have lower complexity. That means they don't have some of the protective impacts on your brain. Don't worry if you are in one of these jobs, though. You can still improve your cognitive reserve by doing things outside of work, such as reading, socializing, and volunteering. For more tips to protect your brain, click the link to our newsletter. You can find that, as always, in our show notes. And at number 7, you may have wondered whether men or women have smellier farts. Science has the answer. Dr. Michael Levitt, a gastroenterologist, is fondly known as the king of farts. He was an expert in the science of gas production. For one of his studies, he compared the smell of men's and women's farts. For the experiment, both groups were told to consume pinto beans and a specific synthetic sugar to boost their gas production. Then, a rectal tube was inserted you-know-where and made a gas-tight seal. Then, 2 independent judges had to mark the farts and how smelly they were. It turns out that women's farts have a higher odour intensity. However, men's farts have higher volume. So basically, the results were a tie. All right, you're all caught up. It's a great time to become a subscriber to The Washington Post during our spring sale. Right now, you can get a core subscription for just 50 cents a week for the first 6 months. After that, it's $14 every 4 weeks. Grab that deal at washingtonpost.com/subscribe. I'm Izin Akabawul. We'll meet you back here tomorrow.